Hello and welcome. Today I was gonna do my glasses off today. I don't know why I didn't. Hello and welcome to day 25. As you can hear, I'm feeling a bit better, but my voice is still croaky. So yeah, what have I done today? I'm trying to think. I was about to say the dishwasher man came, but he came yesterday, didn't he? It's been one of them days. So I'm still trying to get my personal goal. So if you're a GP surgery in Hackney, Newham, Waltham Forest, and Tower Hamlets, why do I always forget Tower Hamlets? I always forget them. And they're some of my most loveliest practices. So if you're in any of them boroughs and you work in a GP surgery, please fill in a winter research form for me. I really need to make my target. So I did that. I'm chasing all that up. What else have I done? I oh so I finished NHS work at 3 o'clock today, so I could do some FASD training. And it's weird, like I say this all the time. I have loads of hats on, and I forget. Like when I do one job, I go, "Oh, this is really good." So when I'm emceeing, I go, "Oh, this is good. I don't want to do anything else but just MC." And then I do something else, and then go to a local council committee, and I'll do that, and I go, "Oh no, this is what I want to do." And today I haven't done any FASD training for I did some with my colleague Brian, but like on my own, to foster carers. And I love, you know, the whole point of me doing training is talking about my experiences as a foster carer and an adoptive parent with children with FASD. And I try to be all professional, and I am very professional. But then it's about just getting down and getting to the real issues, and no one wants a death by a PowerPoint. It's just about us discussing situations, and what happened today was really, really lovely. So one of the people on the call, after me talking about FASD for a little while, and this happens quite a lot, especially like in foster carers support groups. They go, "I know that kid. Like that kid is one of our kids," and so it makes it worthwhile. I feel like if I can help get one kid or one young person the support, and not so much even like diagnosis is really important, don't get me wrong, but just actually the day-to-day help and support and understanding they need, that's what's so precious. Because yes, a diagnosis should get you help. I remember like lots of people, especially back in the day, like when my kids were first being diagnosed, would wait like 2 to 4 years for a diagnosis, and then when they got the diagnosis, they thought everything was going to change, and it doesn't. I mean, it's a bit better now, but it didn't. So what we need to do is to put strategies in place and to help these children while they're waiting for their diagnosis. And I always say that, like, it's because a lot of FASD and the strategies are real person-centered strategies, which is no bad thing. So even if they're suspected that they might have FASD, put the strategy, listen to the children, let them put the strategies in place, because them strategies will help them whether they've got a diagnosis or not. And then once you've got the diagnosis, then you can go on to put like a firm pathway in place. But even if they haven't got a diagnosis, you would have then listened to that child, listened to the strategies that they are telling you that they need to get on with to help them get through life. and through struggles. And that's not a bad thing, because them strategies will still be in place, and them strategies will still be for that child, whether they have a diagnosis or not. So, and I know mental health is a big news story today. I know that. But mental health starts in children. That's the thing. For those of you who don't know, my youngest daughter had a psychotic breakdown when she was 10 years old. Just because people weren't listening to her needs. Obviously it was a bit stronger than that, but it was very something. The thing is, it was a build up of stuff, and it was just the smallest of things that set off the biggest her biggest crisis. I was trying to find the right word, and that crisis took over 7 years to manage, and for her to rebuild herself, because she really did have to rebuild herself, and she's not completely there, but she doesn't have to be, but she doesn't have to, there was times when I never thought that I could be in a separate room for her. There was lots of people. It was extremely worrying, and from the outside could look very controlling to me, but she just needed to be touching me or in touching distance of me for many, many years while she grew back her confidence. And as I say, I'm going to put 7 years on it, but it might have even been longer. So please, my plea today is, which I did on training today. Let's listen to children, especially children that we know might have some additional needs. And also, for many people that know me, know that I'm quite a strict parent as well. I like to think that I'm strict but fair, and what I don't do is if my it's one of them things that I'm very strict in what I know my children can control. But because of their condition, and because of having cognitive assessments done on the kids, which was a big thing for me, I wanted to have cognitive assessments done. So in the early days, I knew whether they couldn't do it or wouldn't do it, if that makes sense. And then from there, we've just built up a trust that if the children say to me, if the children get in trouble and say they can't do something, then that's fine. I will help them and I will support them. But then they have to accept my support on that. It's weird. I feel like it's getting to know your child, and it's small stepping stones of trust, and in that grows the relationship between you and your child. And although I'm talking about children with special needs and I'm talking about FASD, I feel like that's quite a good stepping stone for any parenting. And on that note, before I start getting onto my high horse, and believe me, people who know me, there's no way I'm saying I'm the best parent in the world. I've done loads of things wrong. I really have. But I'm not scared to admit it and say sorry. And not only say sorry to the people around me and other adults, but to the children as well. I will say sorry if I'm wrong, and they will tell you. They will all tell you that. I am human, and also that's a good thing, is that your children growing up knowing that even you haven't got all the answers. I remember quickly, I'll just quickly tell you this story. I remember when, before Rach had her psychotic breakdown, she, on a number of occasions, got onto the roof of the house. And this is like a 10-year-old. Actually, this is probably before she was 10. Got on the roof of the house and was going to jump off and threatening to jump off. And I remember just once being at the end of my tether and trying to be strong and trying my best to sort out this situation, but it was escalating. It was escalating daily. It was really getting, and I had no help. The help did come, and it came later, and I was grateful. Her social worker was amazing. Absolutely loved her social worker. But I remember just thinking, I have to stop lying to her. I have to stop. For this to happen every time she gets up there, I'm strong, we go through this. And don't get me wrong, there's no way she was doing it for attention. It was that she was spiralling so much and she didn't know how to stop spiralling. So what she would then do is just wanted to end it all. She just wanted her spiralling to stop. And I would be strong because I was a mum and obviously I didn't want her to jump. But I just remember one day just thinking, I'm asking her to be honest with me and tell me how she's feeling. But I'm not doing the same to her. I'm not respecting her enough to tell her the truth and what I'm really feeling inside. So I just sat on the drive and cried. And just cried and just said, I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. I literally have just tried everything. And I know you're in pain. And I know and she was in pain. She was in mental and physical pain, and emotionally. But there was nothing I could do. Single-handedly, as her mum, there was nothing I could do. And I think that was a bit of a breaking point for both of us. I mean, obviously, it didn't end the escalation, but I definitely felt that it built a bond between us, which is probably why, maybe when she did have the psychotic breakdown, that she had to be with me all the time. And in the early days, she had to be touching me. Like, there had to be physical touch all the time with me. And, yeah, I wasn't going to ramble on much about this tonight. So I'm sorry if I have rambled on a bit. But, yeah, it's funny because it's not that we forget about the past, but it's only when you start talking to people and other people that might be going through situations that you are, that it all sort of like comes up. I suppose it's all deep down in me somewhere, and I'm just, yeah, when you talk, it's like I forget how bad it was, but we got through it. And Rachel's got Sunny now. She's got Sunny, her support dog, and yeah, she's achieving. Like, it's funny, like, she's achieving. Is she achieving what society wants her to achieve? I'm not sure. But she's happy, and that's all I really care about, really, is her just being happy. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave you because I want to leave you while you're still happy. And I'll see you all out tomorrow for day 26. Bye-bye.